Go live. Yes, we are in full definition. Go live. Wait a moment, try again. Okay, you are live now. Beautiful. Welcome everybody on Roku, POD TV. I'm going to hide you and share our screen here. We are going to share screen and we're going to pray for our entire show. People are coming in with mentality of wake and bake today, so that's fine. Who's ever here is going to have a great show today, and we're really excited. So I'm going to hide all of my little goodies there and come back um, to here, and I'm going to look at my messages because I've got two messages of people that may be super important. Marjorie, I'm on a long ride. Okay, Marjorie is gone. Okay. Waiting for host. Pamela, you are in. Okay, boom. All right, so we got three people in. We've got Solo and we've got Pamela. Welcome so much today. Aho. And this is Jeff Eichen here. I have some sound effects. And we're going to be doing our intro pretty soon when we get some more people to join us. Not sure where everybody is, but that's okay. Today we are, well, you know what I'll do is I will show you our poster, everybody. Our poster is really cool today, and here's one more person coming in. Our poster is really cool today. Boom. Our poster is really cool today. This is our poster here, everybody, and it has a little bit of everything. We're supposed to have, you know, we're supposed to have all these people on today. Lady Rocket's supposed to come on, and guess what, tribe? Lady Rocket is supposed to wait. Hang on, I'm gonna tell you about Lady Rocket in a second. I gotta do StreamYard screen share. Hang on. So add to stream. There we go. So thank God I figured that out. Okay, so now we've got back to Zoom. There we go. Okay. So anyways, so Lady Rocket is really cool. I'm going to ask the audience. I'm not the audience. I'm going to ask. Here comes Mary Jane, Pamela. Yay! Mary Jane's in the house. So welcome, Mary Jane. So I'm going to ask the team here before I do my intro. What do we think? What do we think as hamsters and hamstresses? What do we think Lady Rocket does? Okay, this is somebody I met in New York at NFT New York, and she said, "I'm coming on." And then this morning she says, "Oh, is it Wednesday already?" And so she's really incredible. But what do you think Lady Rocket does? Just give a guess. Somebody give a guess. It's something with 420. Come on, it's really amazing. Give a guess.
Is she putting hemp into space?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You're like so close you can't believe it, but even better. Even better. Okay, I'm gonna go. Lady Rocket, it wants to plant hemp on the moon. And she's got the connections, and so she's probably working with the electric car people who've got SpaceX or whatever. But we're not going to stop. But what we're doing right now, everybody, on the universe here is I'm going to put myself as the big boy here on the front to screen, and I'm going to record now. I'm going to record now our show.
Recording in progress.
Okay. If I forget to do something because I don't have a back office here, then everybody, it's up to me. Here comes Duck. We got it. We're getting our tribe going here. So the deal is that I'm a one-man show here, and I am really blessed to be showing you our poster today because guess what? We're supposed to have. Let me see if I can get Rodimus here. So we're gonna get my pal Rodimus. Let's see. We got Donald. We got Rodimus. R-A-D because this is my show, everybody, and we're going global. Just take a chill break, and then maybe we'll get Rodimus to come on. So everybody, guess what? Rodimus, when I pin myself to the front here, Rodimus is my buddy of like 30 years. And if you can follow my, I'm going to share my screen with you here, everybody, so you can see what everybody else is looking at around the world. Is that if you can see, let's see my screen here. Where are we? We are here. Okay. Rodimus is the coolest dude. He was the little boy. He was Grasshopper in Kung Fu. That's him right there in Kung Fu. And he's now 60 and or 55, and he's going to come on. He lives in France, and he's going to snatch the bud for us one of these days in an ad. We have giving thanks for the Leonard Peltier clan, Lady Rocket, who's going to put weed in space, and Randy Lanier, who was a lifelong, he was sentenced for life without the possibility of parole. And so we want to talk about that. We want to talk about Summer Sesh also. And since I'm sharing my screen with you all here, I'm going to with the magic of my beautiful software here, bring me back here. And I am going to now show you our Summer Sesh is for HempFest. HempFest has over 1 million people or 100,000 people every year, but we haven't had it since the pandemic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all the Summer Sesh video that I made here. It's just 30 seconds. Here we go. Hello everybody, it's Jeff Eichen here, and we are having Summer Sesh. Summer Sesh is going to be incredible, and Mia Laquia will be hosting a mini ball, and full spectrum will be there. It's really incredible. There'll be a food truck which are making food from 5 to 11 p.m. on June 24th. That's this weekend, everybody. So come to HempFest Summer Sesh. Jeff Eichen. So Summer Sesh is going to be really fun. I'm going to go, that's in my state of Washington, and that's really cool. And then since, let's see here, we have me right there, and we had our poster here we can move around. And we're just so blessed to have all walks, all talks on our show to end prohibition. And we even have been joining forces now with the Leonard Peltier group, the ILPDC, I believe, and that's the International Leonard Peltier Defense Committee. And we have some representatives from them. We'll hear from them today. But since we're sharing screen, I'm going to go to my my QuickTime, and everybody just sit back, put something in your beverage or whatever that makes you happy, and here we go. This is a little mini movie here. A parade. The sound of the whales, everybody. Hello, everybody. It's Jeff Eichen here. Hemp Hooray. And today we have an awesome show. We're trying to get Lady Rocket on, the Leonard Peltier clan, and Grasshopper Randy Lanier. It's going to be an awesome show, and I'll show you me. Here I am. And so we've got Thelonious there. Monkey's going to be with us today. And you can find all of our incredible portals to donate to our funds and our golf tournament and our big concert and our 1,000,000-person walk. We want to do that. So good day, everybody. Hemp Hooray. Let's welcome all the hempsters and the hempstresses to our green farmy, regular and yet to come to the green farmy. So don't forget, we're enabling our farmy. So do you want to be a general? So it is general. And you know what I say also? It's all just information, everybody. So it is what we're doing. We're sharing the information with you. So today is an awesome day to our humanity, and we're going to share today. Remember, it's just information. The louder we sing our songs of freedom, the more quantum angels will hear us and sing with us, sing along with us to bring our 420 POWs home and end prohibition. Okay, everybody. Also, let's welcome Freedom Grow, Lady Rocket, the ILPDC, which is the International Leonard Peltier Defense Committee, and Tribal Cannabis Magazine founder Mary Jane, at I think it's Ottman, and Randy Lanier. Excuse me if I don't pronounce your name right. And let's see, we have Randy Lanier, a true ex-420 prisoner who was sentenced for life, but he's home now, driving in maybe Formula E. So we're excited to have Randy. Kung Fu's Grasshopper, Rodimus Para, somebody I've known forever, Bob Dobbs, smoked that pipe, and who are all from all walks, and to all you do-gooders. I'm a little bit tongue-tied today, but I got my Freedom Grow shirt on today. Hemp Hooray. Let's have a great show. Maybe we'll get Eric Boone from an update from Canada, Portugal, and then we'll possibly talk about, or I'll show you the little video I made for. We already did. Ha ha ha. Summer Sesh this week. Okay, Summer Sesh is happening Friday for Hemp Fest in Seattle. So don't forget to go. Jeff Eichen, WEEDSDAYS. Thank you. Today's show is dedicated to the advocates and the marchers globally who have been for decades speaking their truth and marching for freedom and the golden rule concerning all humanity. This is Jeff Eichen, and through truth and braveness and being heard, even today, the International Leonard Peltier Committee and Tribal Council is here in my state of Washington State, capital in Olympia, asking Joe Biden, asking you, Joe, to do the right thing. Grant Leonard Peltier clemency. Long live all you brave souls and our green farming that is growing this season. We are growing the green farming, and we will be heard. Thanks to all influencers and celebrities speaking out. We appreciate you. Plus, Thailand will be releasing all cannabis POWs here, maybe as early as tomorrow. We hope. We haven't heard yet. Love you, and let's have a great show. Buddy, it's Jeff Eichen here, and we are having a show today, and we are brave, and we are happy that we can be the word of reason. So everybody listen to everybody today, and just hug your children, your animals, your plants, and know that we're coming for you, all prisoners. Hemp Hemp Hooray. It is a global issue, everybody. Thanks for coming and joining us. John Lennon's 1971 Song of Peace. Imagine all the people living a life in peace. So
today, for the first time ever, I publicly perform my dad's song, Imagine. The performance, part of Global Citizens' Stand Up for Ukraine event. Oprah, too.
A deep and heartfelt thank you to all the countless advocates and allies who have volunteered, who donated, who've spoken out, who've risked their lives to stand up for Ukraine.
Bruce Springsteen.
Refugees in Ukraine and around the world need our help now.
And John Bon Jovi with a message, Glory to Ukraine.
We sing Slava Ukraine, Slava Ukraine, Slava Ukraine.
And it was Julian Lennon playing his father's song, all of it helping to raise more than $10 billion in pledges from all over the world.
We can do it, everybody. This is Jeff Eichen, Weeds Day, episode 108. Thank you for joining us today, everybody.
Years ago, as soon as I found out that Leonard had been arrested and he had lost his appeals and his request for retrial, and I became, close to Leonard, became a friend with Leonard, and learned who this man was, and it broke my heart to know that this innocent man was sitting in prison for now 46 years of his life, and this is the last chance we have to get him out with this president. And so I decided to dedicate every bit of my life to helping and finding ways to bring people together, to bring awareness and education and help gather support. We need support from everybody we can get. Everything that we bring to Washington, D.C. as American citizens tells them that we won't sit idle while we know an innocent man is sitting in prison. It's not a controversy anymore, not for anybody.
Yeah, I would just like to maybe explain a little bit about the fight of Leonard Peltier. It doesn't start in the 1970s. It starts way back in the 1800s, at the time when we were being attacked, since first contact, really. But for our nations, we've had political prisoners, starting with like Sitting Bull, Crazy Horse. They were all political. And one of the things about Leonard, his story doesn't really start there either. I mean, his story is basically our people being attacked. We've been colonized. Right now the key word is decolonization, okay? So part of decolonization is presenting the truth. Okay, we want people to know the truth of how Leonard or people were government sponsored, picked on. We just need everyone to see the strength that Leonard survived 47 years inside the prison. And it's really hard when you have to be away from your family, and he's been away that long. He doesn't know his grandchildren. His mother and father passed away while he was in prison. He's a human. He's not this stereotype image that the FBI has portrayed against him, the same way they portrayed against the Indians way back in 1890. In Wounded Knee, where they tried to justify killing people unarmed. They still continue treating us that way.
Griner should be with their teammates this week, preparing for the start of the new season. Instead, the seven-time All-Star center for the Phoenix Mercury has been in Russian custody for 75 days.
It's toughest on her family. And people have to hear these things, and I just love her. I love her. So I think about her every day, and I can't wait till she gets back here with us.
Now the U.S. government considers Griner, quote, wrongfully detained, a change in designation that means officials will no longer wait for her case to wind its way through Russian courts and will seek to negotiate her return.
Come on, everybody. Let's end prohibition now, at last, forever, and give clemency to Sir Leonard Peltier and all the nonviolent 420 cannabis prisoners. We love you, we're here for you, and it's my job and duty and pleasure for the rest of my life dedicated to bring you home. Happy parade. Hey, everybody. I'm back here, and it's just an amazing quantum leap that we have to bring Leonard home, to bring all of our 420 prisoners that should never have been in jail home, and to be part of that. My ex, bless her soul, Micaiah Sequoia, used to say, let's turn work into play. And let's bring our prisoners home so they can also play and they can grab a pizza whenever they want. I mean, come on. This is Freedom Grow, and they're going to help me with my relief foundation. I'm going to be getting a 501. We're going to be having donations, and we're going to give the prisoners not only commissary money, but money for their families when they come home to build their home. If I do a concert with Snoop, come on, and Earth, Wind, and Fire in Oakland Coliseum, 42,000 for 420 NFT tickets, we're going to give them money to build a house. We're going to help the hemp foundation on the reservation to build hempcrete homes. We're going to be, the Relief Foundation is for the people, okay? And let's be done with this and everything. So I'm going to bring everybody on. Let's do a little gallery here and welcome. Let's welcome first. Let's talk to Pamela and Duck. Why don't we put you both on with me here, pin you both on here if you don't mind, and tell us a little bit about, let's see if I can get Duck here up on the screen here. I'm learning, after 108 episodes, I'm still learning how to pin and do all this stuff. So it's my show, everybody, WEEDSDAY. Pamela, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your heart, what's floating your boat today.
We are Salalikam Sistas hello relatives, my name is Fighting Woman. I'm Snohomish. My English name is Pamela, and I am one of the newest members of International Leonard Peltier Defense Committee. And Peltier's release is forefront this afternoon, and every day. He's an indigenous political prisoner, and he's been incarcerated nearly 50 years. Amazing people like Nelson Mandela, Jesse Jackson, the UN, Mikhail Gorbachev even asked Ronald Reagan for the release of Leonard Peltier. It's time for him to come home. It's time for him to come home. I think it would bring a lot of conversation to the table with the United States government and their trail of broken treaties, and it would bring some trust, maybe, to the table to bring him home. We need to, though. We need to flood the White House line, their comment line, 202-456-1111. Flood that line, relatives. Flood it and tell them it's time to bring Leonard Peltier home.
And I'm going to bring my software up here, Pamela. See if I can do that right here. I'm going to do that. See if I can get that. Okay, give me that phone number again.
202-456-1111.
1111. That's amazing. Okay, so we're going to do that again here. Hang on. And so I got the text here, and we're going to go do that again. 202
456-1111.
So 1111, and I'm going to go save. Okay, so everybody, that's the phone number that you can, is that the White House?
That's the White House.
Okay, that's the White House. Everybody.
There's a separate TTY number, but I'm not sure that the beginning of that.
Okay, so tell us a little bit more. I'm gonna introduce and bring in Randy Lanier here. So Randy's coming in, and so Pamela, tell us a little bit about the tour that we just had. That I was blessed to come and be with you with the canoes, and then Donald will get to you also. You're part of the tribe, and the land back. So let's let's bring the land back. Pamela, tell us about the tour. And Olympia, tell us about
I
Olympia.
Okay, well, I'll tell you. Let me start off by saying that Jean Roach is the co-director of the Leonard Peltier Defense Committee, and she decided that it would be really important to start bringing word out about Leonard to a new generation of people who may not know about Leonard. And so she began an education tour, and I'm out here in the Salish Sea, and so she asked me to. They were going to be here about a week and a half, and she asked me to organize uh, some spots
She came from
to
the
bring word
Dakotas.
out.
From the Dakotas.
Yeah, she lives in South Dakota, and
Is that
and
where
so
Standing Rock was? Is
her new
that
office is going to be in Rapid City.
okay? Fantastic.
Okay, and so we started out at we started out at Mukilteo Beach, at Lighthouse Park, which is also known as Point Elliott. It's the place where the Snohomish and other tribes signed the Point Elliott Treaty. And so there's a ferry dock there, and we started out with kayaktivists and tribal canoes, and
I love that
we
kayaktivist. I love
right,
that.
yeah, they're awesome. They really do a lot of awesome supporting of indigenous activism, so they're really great supporters. Um, and we had an art build, and we got a 25-foot long sign, and they went out and got in ferry traffic, and let everybody on the ferry and everybody getting on the ferry know that Leonard Peltier was a political prisoner, and to set him free. The ferry captain actually said, I understand your plight, and I sympathize, but you have to get out of my ferry lane." And so we spent an afternoon there, and we also went to the state capitol for a news release, for a press release. Um, Nobody showed up. Nobody showed up. Como was there for some Boy Scouts and some soccer
Wait, wait.
players,
When you said
and
nobody, that you meant no news media?
no press,
R-
no media came. But
unbelievable,
Ramona Bennett,
unbelievable. Right.
well, it is believable. It is believable. We're a marginalized ethnicity here in what's now the United States, and it's not. The government would love to hush it all up, but Ramona Bennett, the day before we went to visit her, um, she told us, don't be surprised if the media doesn't come. Don't, just keep doing your work, and don't, and keep moving forward, and don't worry. So when we realized that the media that was there wasn't staying there for us, uh, we kept moving. We went live, and so we were there. We let our we and actually got to talk to briefly got to talk to the governor, because he was out there with those young people, and so we caught him before he got into a vehicle.
Fantastic.
Um, yeah, and then we also went down to Nisqually, and visited the Nisqually cultural and canoe family, and we went out to the Sapadon Center, which was a really big part of the fishing wars, and the center. Janet McLeod was called the mother of the fishing wars, and we went out there with our family, and visited, and we went up to Deming, Washington, and we went out to the Peace Arch, and we banner waved at the Peace Arch for a few hours, and we hit a lot of places. We also got to uh, go to the graduation day for Chief Leschi Schools. They had 50 graduates, and it was all of their class. They hit they they hit a national record for indigenous students to graduate. So at one place, so that was amazing, and we got to talk with them about what they're going to do, um, and how they're gonna walk in this world, and that was an amazing honor to speak with those young people.
Fantastic. And we had Brandy Lanier on for a second there, and we need to bring him back so he can tell you his story. And let's go down to Donald. Donald, share us your heart and what's floating your boat right now. Good morning, Donald.
Oh, good morning. I was on mute. Um, well, just a lot of things on my mind and in my heart, of course. It's a big world out here. Uh, just thinking today on how our indigenous people can, represent. So there ain't no backlash in anything that we're doing or trying to accomplish and to help our tribe succeed in joining everybody else in their sustainability. You know, um, it's really, we just need to get together and step up. Not really blame anybody or anything about what we're doing, but just do it. There's a whole world out there that can watch us and see what we can do and what we do and how we do it and all that. So we don't have to worry about being somebody or being something. We just have to, learn how to get along together and do it together. And all these there's a lot of different words that come up in my mind when I try to speak to in this English language, and I just try to put it as simple as I could. The thing on my mind and my heart right now is stepping up with him and seeing the good things. The I look at all the time in my indigenous ways of life. I look at the buffalo and how the buffalo was introduced to our people, their clothes, their food, medicine, everything in the buffalo, housing, and buffalo did heal the soil. So that's with the green buffalo, the hemp. Look at it as the green buffalo, introducing it to our people and helping us to uh, get recognized in our achievements and our goals, and be recognized and helped, mostly not given or anything, just help for our people, not as a person but as a people, to all become self-sustaining and understand what's going on in this life. It's it's uh it's an illusion.
What's your
An
dream?
illusion.
What's your dream, Mr. Donald?
A lot of them. I go by them day by day. There's dreams are only expectancies, and I don't expect nothing. I respect everything. Dreams are things to set goals at. I just see a vision. A sight, a thing that I always see is my people having a coliseum where they can dance and celebrate and do the things on the reservation, and help people to come to the reservation and understand the reservation. And a big coliseum made of hemp would be real, a real vision that I would see.
If we do the concert for the freedom of the prisoners, we'll have your representation there also. I've talked to the Oakland Coliseum, and 42,000 people can jam that. Snoop already sold out in 2019, so we find his people and they'll love it. They'll play with us and they'll bring the awareness to Leonard that he's been in jail longer than any pot prisoner. And it's time. It's time to raise the volume and to let people know. So we'll have you there for sure.
Well, it's important that we get Leonard Peltier out. I grew up hearing my mom, everybody talk about Leonard Peltier and how important his freedom would be if let him out. They'll show us that they're good people too. Right now, as long as he's in there, there's no trust with the government to government relationship. In most of our tribes, we're having issues with treaties, with police brutality. Nobody's listening. Nobody's paying attention. If they pay attention and free Leonard Peltier, then we'd have a good relationship. We'd have great relationships. We can figure all of these things out that we need to. It's like I said, it's.
I think Jesus walked with the one of his one of his T-shirts was forgiveness.
Well, and one thing, Jesus is, there's probably a lot of people named Jesus today,
Right.
but Jesus was here then, and he was in Israel or wherever he was. He was over there. Over here we're caretakers. We took care of this land, and it's not about Jesus or God or anybody. It's about our spirit today and what we're doing every day. There's no time in spirit. There's no, it's just as long as we show the people every day that we can do it, the people will come together and we'll do it. I don't have nothing against the Bible or nothing. It's just that I was taught to be Lakota where my people are Lakota, and for Apaches to be Apache where Apaches are. Navajos where Navajos are, and here in the Salish Sea, I can't be telling people my way of life, and you have to do things in Lakota because I'm here in Salish territory. I have to respect them and do things the way out of respect.
We bless your sharing and caring because it's information and we're sharing that, everybody. I like to bring up Mary Jane Oatman and introduce her to the world and to let everybody know that look at this National Geographic magazine. In our lifetime, we've got that. And it's signed by Dr. Machulam, and who found the THC molecule. He's 96 years old in Israel. And we have another magazine, incredible. Welcome, Mary Jane. Introduce yourself and say hi to Pamela and to Donald and our community. Hello, Mary Jane.
Jeff, for having me on. It's an honor to be able to share. Thank you for evangelizing THC Magazine. As Pamela had mentioned earlier, we are sometimes invisible in mainstream media, in the political sphere. We're just marginalized in many ways around. And my grandmother went to federal prison for cultivating the beautiful medicine cannabis on the Nez Perce Indian Reservation in the early 80s here in Idaho. And to this day, it's still very much prohibited in Idaho. Our brothers and sisters are still getting fluffed up on the side of the road by Idaho State Police and some of the county mounties that are still.
Is that Jim Crow? Is that Jim Crow? Are they being taken more than the white people?
Yes. And so, when I took a pause and looked around, the world about what was happening in 2019. I was struggling to find any information out there about what tribe is doing what on the hemp side of things, who's cultivating for fiber, who's who's got the cultivars that are going to be leading in science for medical research, like the big questions that everybody else wants to know, right? So that's where THC Magazine came about, is founding Tribal Hemp and Cannabis as a for us, by us publication, so that we could, one, protect tribal sovereignty and impending federal legalization, which is really, really critical. Not only are we always being left out, but sometimes we're purposefully being omitted from federal legislation by these state, Congress people who have a vested interest in attrition of our treaty rights. The second part of that is preservation of indigenous story, plant medicine, her story. They've been around since the intrusion on our homelands, and the denial of the intellectual property to these plant medicines and these entheogens is really, really alarming, because now they're patented by these big drug companies, and they're medicines that are natural to our homelands, that we've always had a relationship with them as teaching plants. So, I mean, I don't think we're ever going to run out of stories. So I feel like I've started me a job in perpetuity of just collecting these stories of successful tribes in hemp and cannabis. Also, still focusing on the depredations against tribal sovereignty in our communities. For instance, the Interior Appropriations Bill. Everybody's just, excited about it. It's got some provisions in there for tribes so that federal agencies cannot use federal funds to enforce criminal marijuana on Indian country, but they have exemptions in there for tribes in states like Idaho. So if a state prohibits it, then they can continue to keep a tribe down, and that's not fulfilling the trust responsibility. So there's always going to be a lot of work ahead as insatiable greed continues to placate and dominate our humanity. And that's why I just want to give a special shout out to you, though, Jeff, for doing what you do in giving back. It's just really important. There's so many people out there just looking to take, and very, very rarely you find people like Duck and Pamela and what they're doing to just continue to give back. It was an honor to cross paths with them in person, but even before I met them, I was aware of the work that they were doing on reservations to reclaim plant medicines, economies, and stories. So, big fan of what they're doing on the hemp side, even bigger fan of the work that they're doing on the international Leonard Peltier Defense Committee work, because that story of Leonard connects to that larger landscape of our missing, murdered Indigenous women, the exploitation and extraction of our resources from our communities, and directly ties to probably one of the biggest and most intriguing missing, murdered Indigenous women case of Anna Mae Aquash, who was directly connected to the American Indian movement and the lies that were being told by the government during that time, which is so ironic that we come full circle with hemp and the ability to clean up from those bad actors that were doing those things to our Indigenous brothers and sisters in the 60s and the 70s.
And what was your take, or did you do any magazine work from Standing Rock?
I did not do any magazine work specifically from Standing Rock, but I have covered several of the folks that were at Standing Rock. I personally traveled there myself. I left on the evening of Thanksgiving and traveled over with a supply caravan. And
Jane Fonda was there on Thanksgiving. Jane Fonda was there.
Yes, it was a trip that just had to be made. I told my mom, I'm going. My truck was loaded, and I said whether I go by myself or how I felt this calling and this pull to be over there. And like I had mentioned earlier, the California kitchen that was ran by my family from the Hoopa Reservation.
I had dinner there. I had a meal there at the California kitchen. Hey.
Yep.
I was there, baby.
Patty Joseph and her sons and her daughters that were running that kitchen, they were actually, they grew up here on the Nez Perce Indian Reservation, even though they're from the Hoopa tribe of California. and put a call out for medicine meat. And so we brought over elk, moose, and deer meat, as well as salmon for the camps.
Fantastic. Yes, we brought 200 pounds from the Olympic Peninsula, and it was so cold that we had to use like little battery-powered saws to slice them to put them on the grill, and it was just our pleasure to help to feed the people.
Oh, Jeff, I'm sorry. I apologize. I thought that you meant 200 pounds of herb.
We don't drive with it, cross border line, but it was my pleasure to be there. I was walking at Standing Rock, and this big truck came by, and he says, "I'm running out of gas. Do you have any diesel fuel?" And he already knew me, and he says, "Jeff, do you have any?" And I said, "Yeah, we've got like 4 gallons," and we filled him up. And he said, "Can we go get some?" He said, "Can we go get some wood for the? Would you like to help for the sweat lodge?" And so we went to the main camp, and the main camp elders said, because I was like representing the wood there, and I said, "Can we have some wood for the sacred sweat lodge?" And he said, "Yeah, but none that is split." So we had to take big logs because they had already split all the wood, and so we got a bunch of wood. We went over there, and I actually did a sweat at with the tribe there, and so it was a blessing for me to experience that, to photograph that, film that. Maybe one day I'll put a little movie together from there. But just to myself growing up, as a child and seeing, Free Leonard bumper stickers everywhere in California where I was. I grew up with that bumper sticker.
Well, we've ordered some more, so get on www.whoisleonardpeltier.info and order one.
Hey, well,
Yeah. I just wanted to tell Mary Jane, thank you. What an amazing compliment. And your reputation precedes you, and I'm just looking forward to working with you, and freeing our people with hemp is also a real big priority in my life. Healing Mother Earth, um, providing homes. You can have a regular trailer and put hempcrete on the outside. It becomes a living being.
There's my hempcrete ball.
And it cleans the air all around it. It does everything that a forest of hemp would do, and it also keeps our people warm and keeps our people cool. And there's just amazing things, like Duck was talking about, that can happen with hemp on our reservations and all across Turtle Island. And I just think that more of us joining forces is going to be powerful.
Fantastic. Yeah. What's your circulation on your magazine, Mary Jane?
We do 10,000 copies quarterly, and we make sure to get them to all of the tribally owned and operated dispensaries across the nation. We distribute them at large national festivals like the National Cannabis Festival, all of the major tribal gatherings and organizational gatherings like the, oh gosh, I just drew a blank, like the NAFOA, the National Association of Finance Officers, all of the professional organizations and tribal leader gatherings.
It's put together so professionally. Professionally, it's so beautiful. Everybody just tune in. This is the tribal, incredible tribal hemp cannabis.
Professionally, because she is a professional.
I'm telling you,
We're
it's.
working on issue number 9 right now.
Well, we have Salish photographs from our gathering here. We'll send you. Maybe Pamela or Donald can help us with the story, and we'll send you some of my images from the water, and we'll totally be represented with you. And so thank you so much, Team ILPT IPDC. Is that right?
Yep, International Leonard Peltier Defense Committee.
Well, thank you so much, everybody. I'm gonna put us in a little holding space for a minute, and let's bring up Brooke and see what Brooke has to say. So we're gonna bring Brooke up. Brooke, tell us a little bit about yourself and introduce yourself to the tribal members and to our show today.
Well, thank you for having me. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, great. Well, my name is Brooke Westlake. I'm from Women in Cannabis Expo. I'm the founder and owner. I thank you for having me today. I love hearing about all of these things. I actually have a lot of family in Idaho, the Nesford Reservation. I'm very familiar with that area. I have a lot of family land up there, so very familiar with that. But thank you for having me today. I am here to share with you guys about our next coming expo that's going to be next week in Denver, June 30th at the Curtis Hotel. And we are super excited because we have over 20 speakers, including men. Yes, we are a women's organization. We focus on women, minorities, and those with disabilities. But we want men to come and help all these other women that are in the space or going into the space. So we do have male speakers as well. This is our second expo of 2022, and then we will have two more this year in Vegas and then also San Francisco. So we will round up with a total of 4 expos this year. We are bringing women together. We also finish up our expo that day with a network mixer with awards, a ceremony, and a keynote speaker that helps inspire everybody. And we usually have some dignitaries on hand that come, and we like to have online award winners as well as panel winners and recognize women and men who are in this industry who are helping to support women in the industry as well.
Fantastic. And you bet your Bibby will get together with you for San Francisco or for Vegas, and maybe we'll have a prisoner line up and we'll come and join you because I'm working with 40 tons and the freed prisoners, and so maybe we can get them to come, and we'll see how we deal with budgets and everything. And we love getting the word out and that you're focusing on women in cannabis. What about the ladies from the Women in Cannabis movie, the movie that they made? Do you know them?
I have actually had some talks with them last year. We might do like a premiere, like through our group, because that's really how they've raised funding, is doing like live premieres at events or also premieres online.
Or an after party with the movie, and then do an auction, to raise money.
Yeah, we love them. And also, you mentioned 40 tons. I just met the owner of that company at G4 Live in Las Vegas in May, and what an inspirational, sad story, but inspirational and good for him on what they're doing, him in his life. And
Corvain Cooper.
Yes, Corvain Cooper. We love him, and absolutely, and yes, we would love to. We might work it into our schedule this year for having the video with the women that put together that video. We tried making it work last year, it didn't quite work, but we might be able to make it work this year.
They were here in my small town in Washington for the Women's Film Festival, and I hung out with them, and they had the most awesome logo. I forgot what it was, but it was really poignant and beautiful. And anything that has to do, my logo for my film company says right on the logo, film is food.
I like that. That's awesome.
Because we can reach more people in one room. If you can get 600 people watching one movie at one time, the word gets out properly, and we do these blogs, we talk to each other, and so pass this blog around, everybody. You can see us on my live today on my Facebook page. I don't have the link up there right now, but I'm really blessed to be in this portal. We're going to be on Roku, everybody. This is Jeff Eichen resetting the room with Weeds Day, episode 108. Lay 'em straight, and guess what? We have Sir Randy coming back in. We're so excited to have Mr. Randy. Hey, Randy, take a ride on your electric cart there for a minute. We're so glad to have you back. So before we bring Randy down, are you here with us, Randy?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, fantastic. Welcome aboard, Randy. Everybody, this is an ex-POW for 420, and he's going to tell us his story and then give us an update. But we're just finishing with Brooke. Brooke, tell us one last statement about your tour with women in cannabis.
Well, next week we'll be in Denver. You can look us up at Women in Cannabis Expo. Google us. We're the only women's organization that's got a traveling expo around the United States. Come join us. If you can't join us in Denver, please come join us in Las Vegas or San Francisco. Help continue to support these women in the industry who are getting into the industry or who need the extra support. We appreciate everything that all of you guys have done and continue to do for us.
You got to talk to Pamela too. Hook up with Pamela, and then maybe we'll get a story for Mary Jane. Content, everybody, content. So I'm really blessed to have everybody. Let's bring Randy up. Randy, come on up to the. I'm going to pin you on the first screen, and we've got Randy. No, we got Brady. Brady just came in from Arizona, and so we got Brady coming in. Randy. Everybody, this is Randy Lanier. Randy is an ex-POW for POD, and he got sentenced for life. It's not funny. Last week, somebody got sentenced for killing somebody, a policeman, and he'll probably only get 14 years because he didn't get life without parole. Tell us your story, Randy, and welcome. Wait, I've got something here. There we go. Randy, come on.
First of all, thank you for having this platform. And I see the shirt you're wearing. Thank you.
There it is.
Right. So, yes. So I'm with Freedom Grow, as you know. We are all volunteer nonprofit organization that helps cannabis prisoners and their families. And in the 80s, I was a professional race car driver, quite successful, driving for Ferrari in Europe and Porsche here in the United States, and won an international championship, went to Indianapolis in 1986, was Rookie of the Year. The following year, I was fighting for my life in a courtroom for importation and distribution of a Scheduled 1 narcotic, marijuana. It didn't go so well. I ended up getting convicted and sentenced to natural death, life with no parole. Took me 27 years to overcome it. And I came out in 2014. And in them years, I met Free Leonard Pelletier. I met Leonard. And I met Leonard in 1990 at Leavenworth Penitentiary. And spent a lot of time with Leonard. We lived in the same unit. Spent a lot of time with him on the yard and in the art room. Then I got transferred after 3 years with him at Leavenworth, and I went to Coleman, Florida, and spent 9 years with Leonard there. And it's sad that he's still in, and I'm glad to see you have a platform today with Free Leonard Pelletier. I want to thank you. And as I was telling you a little bit about my story, I find myself now, 3 years before I got out, I get a letter from a group of women that are activists, and they support cannabis prisoners. And they started supporting me in the last few years. And I get a letter 3 years before I out with a picture of my face on a poster in front of the White House from Freedom Grow and Can Do Foundation. And they're having a vigil asking President Obama to release me.
What year was this?
2004. That was 2011.
Okay.
2014, I end up getting released with time served after 27 years. And so now I find myself as vice president of Freedom Grow. And this last November for Thanksgiving, we was in front of the White House with the same type of posters that they had when I was in the joint, asking President Biden to release the cannabis prisoners. So it's like a full circle. And in the last year, I just finished a book called Survival of the Fastest and dropped a documentary several months ago. It's on Netflix called Bad Sport, and my episode is called Need for Weed. And so and what's amazing, Jeffrey, is that the state of New Jersey just granted me a social equity license to cultivate 75,000 square feet of canopy. It's a very huge commercialization license, which now I hope to bring to fruition and to help all these cannabis prisoners and their families.
Well, hemp hooray. You know, hemp hooray for sure. Let's see. We just had an incoming. Maybe that's let's see who we got here because I'm looking for. Let's see. We got Stephanie coming in here. So Stephanie is on now, and so Stephanie, let's see if her audio gets connected. Stephanie is one of the lead mavens at Freedom Grow. We're so proud of you, Stephanie. And Stephanie, can you say hey?
Hey, how are you doing?
We're doing great.
Can you hear me?
We can. Can you see us? We
Okay.
We can't see you though.
I can see you. I'll try to get that together.
So tell us a little bit. We
But
got Randy.
I can hear you.
Randy just gave us a whole story about Freedom Grow and how he's now getting the ability to grow in New Jersey. But tell us a little bit about what's floating your boat these days and a layover from yesterday's show. Just tell us a little bit about what Freedom Grow does.
We are a bridge between the prisoners and their families. And so we support the families as well as the prisoners. And we make, let's see, here we are. So can you see me now?
We got you. Here we go. Yay. Wait.
Okay, good.
That's my Dr. Demento whistle.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so we send out commissary and we have a wish program where they can wish for certain things, like Luke Scarmoza wished that his mom could have a purple bathrobe for Mother's Day. And so we made that happen. And people wish for, like, one guy that's in for life wished for one yellow rose for his mom with baby's breath. So we try to fill everybody's wishes, like magazines, books, whatever we can until we run out of money. And let's see. And then we do like Easter, Christmas drives. The next one is a back to school drive. So I'm sure that Randy has hit on most things that we do, or maybe not, but he is our vice president, and we probably might have even closed a few times, but Randy is like, rah, rah, let's go.
You see my shirt? I got your shirt on.
I know. I love that.
Yeah, everybody.
And, you know, like, I went to jail in 2002, so since then, I've been doing this.
How long were you in jail, Stephanie?
Just short of 5 years. I was supposed to be in jail for like probably 3.5 years, but then my roommate turned me in for smoking pot, and they were going to test me. I told them they didn't have to test me. I definitely smoked pot, but they tested me, put me in the shoe. Well, you know, it's all over once they say they're going to test you. So anyway, they put me in the shoe for like, I think it was like 6 months. And then the warden and my counselor were down there at the same time. And
were you ever in lockdown? Were you ever in lockdown?
Yeah, for 6 months. So the warden came in and said, "You have to tell us where you got the pot." And I kept saying I found it on the ground. And the counselor said, "She's never going to tell you. You might as well just let her out." So after 6 months, they let me. They didn't let me out to the camp. They shipped me across the street where there's a fence, where it's more security, and gave me the extra year that I was going to get off. But I smoked for like 3 years, so it was worth it. For me, it was worth it, to do the extra year so I could smoke for 3 years. Well worth it.
And what's your dedication for the prisoners now with your organization? Tell us about how rewarding it is when you actually see somebody walk free. What's your heart feel
Well,
like?
not only that, but when they're in prison, like Michael Pletler is out of prison now, and he was in a wheelchair, or is in a wheelchair. And when he was in prison, he said to me, "This is the first time I've smiled in 8 years." When he started getting money for us, yeah, exactly. When he started getting money from us, it was like, "Oh my God, first time you smiled in 8 years." That was it for me. That was it. That's the story of the people in prison. How much they appreciate what you do for them, and how the letters that we get. Just everything that we get makes my heart sing. So like I've wanted to quit a few times already because I'm kind of tired of it, and Amy's relationship got ruined by it, and I don't want the same thing to happen to mine. But it's addicting. I can't stop. Amy can't stop. We just are driven until everybody goes home because they're locked up and they don't have a voice. And if I can give them a little voice, like on our website, freedomgrow.org, you can go on it and see people that are blogging from prison. So they have their own blog on there.
I
So
think
it's
I
kind
think
of like,
you need to meet Brooke, who's on today. Brooke is going on tour with the women in cannabis, and that would
hi
be.
Brooke. Is she on now?
She might be loading the bong, but or feeding the dog. But she talked earlier about she's going to be in Colorado this weekend, then San Francisco where you are. So she totally you should connect with her to have visibility at her San Francisco show.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That'll be great. So this is Jeff Eichen here, everybody, with Weeds Day, episode 108. We're with Randy Lanier and Stephanie Landa, and both ex-POWs pinned to the front room here right now. And everybody, I want you to realize that you can't imagine going to sleep every night. And what Michael told me from jail, he said that he had to cool his sodas in his toilet. So, what the f? I'll keep my language as intentional as possible, but it is what the f. And so you can't feel what these people feel, but they're free now, and they're still sad, and working the good work for the people that are still left inside. Everybody. So I saw Jeff Mazansky walk free, and I was there filming him on the inside. Never knew if he was going to come out, and I still can't give you the emotion it feels to be an assistor, to be assistance in freeing humans from being locked down for nonviolence. I can't tell you
Yes.
I can't give you that word of my emotions. It's just the day that they come home is so much. I just can't do it. I won't. I'm going to tell you that I'm going to keep going. There'll be no prisoners in jail in my lifetime for pot, and we're going to work on Leonard too. So everybody, Randy, I want you to say hello to Pamela. Say hello to Pamela. Meet Pamela from the Leonard
Hi.
Peltier.
Hello, Pamela. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Pamela.
Hi, Randy.
Hey.
Pamela, you're muted.
Oh,
There I am.
Say hello to
Hello.
Randy, who met
Hey,
Leonard.
Randy. Yeah, that was nice to hear. Um, I know, 50 years, 23 years is a long time, but 50 years, almost 50 years is, I just can't, I can't imagine not hugging my family, not holding my dad's hand or my mom's hand, or listening to a grandbaby cry for the first time, or uh, holding my kids, or any of those things that happen in life. Every ceremony, every bit of life um, is, for a wrongfully convicted person. I cannot.
For nonviolence.
I can't. Yeah, for nonviolence. I can't. Well, it's just that it's just ugly. They need to let him go. But it was nice to hear from somebody who actually got to experience uh, experience him and listen to him speak. And I've only got to speak with Leonard twice in my life. When I was a kid, he would write to every child that wrote him, he would write them back.
Wow.
We knew it as children that if you wrote to Leonard Peltier, he would write back to you.
Wow.
Wow.
He taught.
Yeah. And now he's almost 80, and he can't do that anymore.
We want compassionate release. What's the story? I heard that it failed.
It's all we can only. He's exhausted. Exhausted his appeals. You can only maybe go back to court for new evidence, but his as you can imagine, his folder is thick. The only thing we're looking for right now is executive clemency. Executive clemency. And so we've got nearly 200 legislators, senators, lawmakers who have signed on. A lot of tribes have signed on and made resolutions and wrote letters to President Biden. But individual people, you all can write a letter. You can all say something for Leonard, be a voice for him, request that Joe Biden give him executive clemency now.
Amazing.
I would really love to have a conversation with you, Randy, and I'd love to hear, any stories or anything you're willing to share about, your experience with Leonard. I think there are, indigenous people and non-indigenous people everywhere who would love to hear something that was good, and even
You mean hope? You want some hope? Some hope.
Yeah.
Some hope. Donald, say hello to Sir Randy. Sir Randy, you are dubbed.
Hello, Randy.
Hello, Donald. Pleasure.
Yeah. I'm just happy to meet you. Just sitting here with thoughts and things, but it's interesting what everybody's saying. I'm pretty much not used to speaking before everybody else because it's interesting. I'm not really nobody in this life or world, but I'm here to help too. So I'm listening and I'm learning too. So
Donald, are you related to Leonard?
No, Leonard's Dakota from
Okay.
From
yeah,
North
Dakota.
Yeah, so
Dakota.
I mean, there's even him saying he's Lakota, and even other people, but there's a truth out there that we We just want to understand the truth. We have the truth. We know the truth. You know,
So
and
we all are related.
yeah.
For real. So why I asked that question, I don't know. It just you resembled Leonard back in his younger days. So that's why I asked. But in reality, we all share the same self. There's only one self on this planet with the 7 billion people. So yes, we all related. In my last 9 years I spent with Leonard from 2005 to 2014, right before I was released. It was in Coleman, Florida, at the United States Penitentiary. And I picked up, I started having a hip problem. So I told Leonard, I'm coming down I want to learn how to paint oil on canvas. And he sat there and helped me with, I can't tell you how many paintings or problems. One thing about oil on canvas, it's all about finding solutions to problems as you're going through the painting. And we've had many good talks, walked the yard for many times. And my last several years in, I'd spent all my time in the art room with Leonard right beside me, just kicking it. And when you're painting, you're not in prison because you're free. And it's something I picked up, that we can be free no matter where we are. I spent, out of the 27 years that I spent, 7 of them was in solitary confinement. So it humbled me, but it taught me it gave me some lessons to understand that no matter where we are, we're okay, because we're not on this planet alone. We have our inner self, our true self within us and within everything else. So it's an amazing plight that Leonard's been on, and I'm so sorry that he has to endure this for as long as he has. And hopefully he'll gain his freedom. And I thank all you guys for coming here and representing and spreading your message and spreading your voice, because our voices are more powerful together.
Yes. Yeah. Just to, I don't want to be a critic or anything, but I just want to help everybody understand our relationship, that we came from somewhere, and we came from the universe out there. The universe created us. When we say we pray to creator, creation, that which created, we look up and we pray to the universe. We remember the connection with the earth, the plants, the animals, the people, and our relationship, whether where we're at. If you went up on a mountain and you don't know how to climb mountains, and we did, we would show you how to climb that mountain and make it up to the top or wherever you want to be, or even how to walk along that mountain so you feel more comfortable. We would show you that, because that's the connection, and you're a brother just like us. You're human. So our connection is always, our prayer is always, our establishment, or the discovery of time, was only because we wanted understanding of why the sun rises, or why the sun sets, or when, why does it do that all the time. There's a lot of reasons why there should be a time, but that's only for this life here. If we're spiritual people, we would understand that we're always gonna be here. We're everywhere. We're everything and nothing. When we sleep, we're in prayer. When we think, we're in prayer. When you're listening right now, you're in prayer. You're praying along with me, because it's the truth and it's no lie. I'm not telling everybody to be indigenous. I'm just explaining what I learned from my people here on Turtle Island, you know. And it's important that, we start healing. It's important that we start healing in a good way. Stop blaming, stop bringing up past history stuff, and let's work on things that are happening now. You know, this indigenous movements, indigenous rise. Indigenous people are getting noticed all over. If you didn't notice them, somebody is noticing them. And indigenous people are stepping up, and our way of life is necessary. And we're willing to show that. But Freelander Crowd will show you everything, you know, besides how to pray, because a prayer is up to the person. You know, we'll let you pray. We'll give you hints on how to pray. But ceremony, bringing in spirits and messing around with them is, you really have to be careful. So that's nothing to share. It's just a way of life we have to understand in this life while we're alive, because our spirit prepares to go back to that world out there. You know, we can, you know, I love everybody. I respect everybody. I fight for everybody. I don't know you, but it's just a caretaking job that we have to accept. And as men, we have hearts too. You know, we care about people too. We might not seem like it, but we do. If there's a homeless guy who just wants to drink and stay homeless, hey, you know, that's his life, his way. Let's respect it, and let's respect him too. You know, it's not, no, he's not doing nothing wrong. He's living. It's just something. His life. You know, you can't control nobody's life. We can just respect it and not expect it. But please forgive me if I say anything wrong. You know, I'm not trying to. I'm trying to help Indigenous step up and Freelander Crowds here, and let you know that there are people like me out here who care and love and share, and I know this English way, but I don't know the big words that they use. So I try to put things in a simple way and help people understand that there's a way we can do this. And
Can you teach us the word respect in your language?
uh, there's a lot of you know, it's just in your heart and in your mind. What is respect? You know, what do you respect? How do you respect? It's not about the language. It's about the feeling and the act and the what you're doing and how you're doing it. It's not what the people see and what the people hear. That's what respect is. You know, understanding that's strong. You know, so you know let's grow hemp. Let's heal the soil. Let's remediate the soil. Let's, you know, get this magazine out with Mary Jane, and you know, let's help America and Turtle Island to heal again, to be that heaven that everybody's looking for, where Garden of Eden, that we can enjoy it, that we didn't come to destroy the beginning of life. We're here to heal, so let's heal the world through Him. You know, it's not, you know, I care about the moon and everything too, so let's not worry about that yet. Let's worry about here first. You know,
Right, we were
let's
going to
let's
have
keep it
Lady
right.
Rocket on, who wants to plant hemp on the moon, and she's far out, but we are all pretty far out, and I guess Randy bumped a little bit there, or lost connection there, and so we're really incredibly happy that you got to meet Mr. Lanier 27 years in, and gosh, I met him yesterday. I mean, I've known Randy for quite a while, but and as a freedom, fighter there, but yesterday he said I was in with Leonard, and I said, "What the heck? Come visit and share your stories." So we'll for sure get together and put a story together for Mary Jane and her magazine. And I'm just amazed, everybody, that I had no idea that Randy was close to Leonard. What do you say, Pamela?
Well, that's always, it's always amazing to meet people who can share who can share their history with us, right? You know, their stories. There, it's important. It's really important, and you know, to find another facet of someone who to many is an Indigenous hero, and who's suffered a long time for what he for doing what was good. He was protecting women and children. He was growing. He was teaching people how to grow a garden, how to feed themselves. You know, it's amazing. It's always amazing to meet and to find new things out about someone who's important to Indigenous history.
And how
I
special
I
that's how special we had Randy on, who met and was there, in the yard with Leonard, and that I just find our Canna Angels amazing, amazing.
That's awesome. I do need to leave, but I wanted to share something with you real quick, if that was okay.
Final words, okay,
I
from
just
Pamela. Final
uh,
words.
I just want to say it was nice to meet everybody. I'm sorry can't stay on for I can't stay on any longer, but I just two things I'd like to share. One is a traditional teaching, and it goes this way: a tootie two hawk, a long time ago. A long time ago, when the world was new, the plants and the trees, they believed they were people. A tootie two hawk, a long time ago. A long time ago, when the world was new, the, the winged, they believed they were people. A tootie two hawk, a long time ago. Long time ago, when the world was new, the four-legged, they believed they were people. A tootie two hawk, a long time ago. A long time ago, when the world was new, the beings in the water, the salt water and the fresh water, they believed they were people. A tootie two hawk, a long time ago. Long time ago, when the world was new, the humans, they thought they were people. Just wait, and that's all. We come from a society of people who live with respect, wisdom, generosity, courage, and we must use those things to protect water, protect air, protect Mother Earth, and to protect our spirit. And I hope that we can all come together for a Yahau. Yahau in our language, it's part of a creation story word that means to push forward together. And it actually means that it can only be completed together, only together. That's the only way we're going to get through all the things as the last people to come to Mother Earth. We have to figure out how to do it together. And I really feel like hemp is what's going to cure the things that the humans have done to all of creation. It's going to help Mother Earth. It's going to help our water. It's going to help our air. If we have clean earth, we have clean water, we have clean air. And it's going to help the spirits of our people. There's so many medicinal things about hemp that are so important. And, you know, hemp life. With that, I don't know if I can turn my camera around, and I'm kind of a layman because I'm blind here, but I'm just going to give you a t-shirt right there. Hemp life. Let's do it. Let's get out for hemp. And I'll say
That's really nice.
say later, relatives. Hoyt, Hoyt. It's nice to meet you. If anybody needs my number, I'll give permission for Jeff to give it out. Contact me, text message me, let me know who you are. I'm blind, so again, I just read about 3 letters at a time. So I love a phone call more than an email or anything, but I'd love to work with you all and push forward for him. Da halupstu. See you guys later.
Thank you so much. We love you so much. Donald, any final words?
Let me see. Um, I just want to say that you know we're indigenous people. We were here. We're still here. Um, all we're trying to do is trying to grow hemp. You know, and we're not trying to bring up money. Money's not the issue. It's the issue is getting the help. If you have money, if you know that's up to you. But all I'm asking, all I'm saying is, indigenous people need help. We need help with machines. We need help with growers. We need help with everything. That if you can, uh, if somebody can help us, I'm pretty sure there's people out there willing to help. In Lakota Hemp, that's what I did was ask for help. I didn't ask him for money. I didn't say I had money. I didn't tell him nothing about that. I told him that I was, only asking for help and if they can help me. And it gathered a group of great people. You know, Chris Boucher, um, uh, Doug Fine, Gloria Castillo. There's a lot of them. There is a lot of them that are all together. Wade Atterbury, the Tiny Hemp Homes. There's all of them willing to help, but we need more. We need all the help we can give because our people are suffering through the drugs and alcohol on the reservation. They're ignoring our way of life, that creation, the caretaking. We need to step up and remind them that there is a way if you want to get high or if you just want to get by.
Okay.
There's a way.
Well, this is
Thank you.
Donald Long Soldier, and we bless you for showing up today and meeting Randy. We're gonna have go around the room and say goodbye to everybody. But first of all, Donald and for Leonard, yeah. So thank you, Donald.
Aho, Midako Oyase. We are all related. Socha Ake later.
Love you so much. Um, Solo, say final words and introduce yourself, Solo.
Hey everybody, I'm Soa Breezy. I am a cannabis college graduate right now. I'm looking for work in the cannabis industry. I live in Pennsylvania. It's a medical state, but there's a lot of red tape of working through it. Um, any support, any connections, any knowledge on cannabis, anything, send them my way. I drop my information down in the chat over here. And also, while I'm in this room, every single day, we're talking worldwide now. I send out words of wisdom and quotes. So I'm going to read a quote for this room.
Yep, we have a quote from Solo here. He's the quote person every morning.
So, the quote I'm going to read today is be patient with yourself. Self growth is tender. It's holy ground. There's no greater investment. It sounds fitting for what we've been talking about all day, right?
Be patient with yourself, everybody. Yes. And we've had a long show today, so we're giving everybody time and space. Just amazing. The Can Angels brought Randy with the tribal people, and that he knew Leonard. So just super amazing. Thank you so much for the quote of the day, Solo. We bless you. People send me information if you are in Pennsylvania and you have work for Solo in the cannabis industry. I will send it to Solo for sure. And now we have Brady. Brady, give us final words. Hello, Brady.
Hello, Jeff. Hello, everyone. Yeah, today I was kind of a fly on the wall, just enjoying listening to everyone and their perspectives on cannabis and hemp and the people who spend time in prison and everything. It was a really interesting show. So, yeah, I was a fly on the wall today, but, if I can support anyone, I will, you know what I mean?
You're supporting us. Brady was in Vegas with us at the G4 Live, and it was his birthday, and we just happened to be there at the same time. So we got to see Snoop and Mike Tyson, and do the G4 Live with 40 Tons and Corvain Cooper, and Brady was second cameraman for me. We met the president of Mexico. He's got 50 or 100 dispensaries. The old president, just amazing. Brady, tell us one thing about your tour in Kosovo.
Yeah, well, Kosovo, and then my first tour actually, and then I did three in Iraq next, and then that was with Special Forces, and then I led a team in Afghanistan 3 times before I got hit with the mortar and finished my career. So.
And cannabis has helped you. Cannabis has helped you back to health.
Yes, it has. I was taking 37 pills a day and given 5 years to live in 2011 because my organs were going to shut down. I was going to accidentally overdose because I was taking 80 milligrams of Oxycontin a day, or I was going to end my own life. So, still kicking, doing a lot better. Been off all the drugs, opiate free for 10 years thanks to cannabis. So, I'm here to throw in my voice and get this Schedule 1 decriminalize it at the federal level.
Yeah, now. So Brady's our veteran for sure, and Brady will come with us to all of our shows and be up on stage with Snoop and Willie, and Stephanie, give us final words. You're muted. You're muted.
Okay.
Jack,
I'm not very good at this. Jack Harris said mushrooms and hemp will save our world, and that's probably the truth. And if you want to help any pot prisoners, you could go to freedomgrow.org. And if you want to read their blogs, we have all kinds of blogs from them, and just go to our website and visit us. And we're on Clubhouse at 4:20 every Tuesday. So that's all.
So it's hang on, let's see if I can do this really fast here. It's going to be FREED freedomgrow.org, and then I'm going to go boom, 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 whoops, .org, and then I'm going to go all the way to the back. Everybody, we are really blessed to have you today, and here we go. Boom, there we go. So go to Freedom Grow, everybody.
No, it's GROW.
All right. Well, smoke a bowl. Okay, so here we go. There we go. With my magic software there. Yeah, my magic software there, everybody. Yep. And I've got their shirt on today. They're freeing prisoners right and left, and not quick enough. We want Lance Glore home, and we see you, Tracy, and the Lance Glore family. And thank you so much, Stephanie. Any final words?
Final?
Yeah.
Let our people go home to their families that are waiting.
Amazing.
Those words.
Okay, we're going around the horn. Mary Jane, any final words for us? You with us, Mary? Mary Jane? We'll go to Brooke and come back to Mary. Brooke, are you with us still? Any final words? Any final words? Hey, there you are.
I just want to say thank you, everybody, for sharing all of your stories and your journeys. And Jeff, thank you for adding me last minute and having me on your show today. I appreciate everything that everybody's doing. And hopefully we'll see you at one of our expos this year.
And hook up with Stephanie for sure. She's in San Francisco. She's in, where are you? In San Rafael, or where are you?
I'm in Nevada.
That
It's Orange County. It's like before you get to Petaluma.
yeah.
Oh, okay, and I in the comments in the chat I put my email and website too for everybody.
Yeah, Brooke, give them a booth, and I'll hang out with them, and I'll do video for you. I'll do a show there. I'll do a WEEDSDAYS show there. That'd be great in San Francisco. I'll come down.
I love that. I love it when I get a podcast that can come and do live interviews with everybody. That would be fabulous.
Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll have like a booth, and all day long we'll just get people from your show, and we'll have that. We'll be the radio booth for you.
I love it. Bring it.
I love it. Wait. We'll give you an applause here. There we go. Well, thanks for all you do. And women are going to save the planet. These men are still messed up, and we won't talk about, January 6th, So love you all so much, everybody. And I'm going to roll out with our outro. This has been an epic, long show and fantastic. I'm going to go in the garden today and start tending to my little buddies and do some weeding today. So here we go. My next trip, everybody, is the Oregon Country Fair. So I'll be coming live from a Ken Kesey event, and it's my 46th fair, everybody. So thank you so much for joining us today. We got Randy Lanier, we've got Leonard Peltier, we've got Freedom Grow, we've got Solo Breezy gave us his quote of the day, and we got the vets. So I'm going to share my screen with you and do a little outro here. That is right here, and we're going to start over again right here and go boom. Parade. Hello, everybody. It's Jeff Eichen here. Hemp Parade. And today we have an awesome show.
In Wounded where they try to justify killing people unarmed, they still continue treating us that way.
Brittany Griner should be with their teammates this week, preparing for the start of the new season. Instead, the 7-time All-Star center for the Phoenix Mercury has been in Russian custody for 75 days.
It's toughest on her family and people that have to hear these things. And, I just love her. I love her. And so I think about her every day, and I can't wait till she gets back here with us.
Now the U.S. government considers Griner, quote, wrongfully detained, a change in designation that means officials will
She had a vape pen, everybody, a vape pen.
Russian courts and will seek to negotiate her return.
Come on, everybody. Let's end prohibition now, at last, forever, and give clemency to Sir Leonard Peltier and all the nonviolent 420 cannabis prisoners. We love you. We're here for you. And it's my job and duty and pleasure for the rest of my life dedicated to bring you home. Hemp Parade. Episode 108. Can you believe it, everybody? It's Jeff Eichen here. Loving you up. Free the prisoners, free the plant, free yourself. So like I said, free the prisoner, free the plant, free yourself. And one last shout out here to everybody. Thank you, Mary Jane. We'll get together. We'll give you content. Brooke will give you content. Solo, thank you for your poetry and who you are. And me, I'm going around the circle. My final words are hemp hemp hooray and three for weed. And that's our new peace sign, Brooke, is three for weed. And we go 3, 2, 1, which is three, which is peace, and then two, which is peace, and then we go F schedule one, 3, 2, 1. No, F schedule one. So thank you, Brooke, and we'll stay close. Everybody can email me and find me and play with me, and let's end prohibition. And what an amazing show with the Leonard people. And yeah, yes.
Can I get a? Do you have a Discord one, or is that not?
My Discord is not going yet. No, because I'm
Okay.
waiting for some young kid to help me with my Discord so we can do my drop. I want to do my drop. I've got a weed drop with 250 weed shots, and we're going to NFT those, and we'll share them with you too, bro.
All right. Cool.
'Cause
maybe I can find some people.
Let's
You know
do
that.
it. Let's do it. Yeah, get on that and get back to me, Solo, because I'm totally open to whoever wants to get in there. I can pay them by drops. We can whiteboard them or drop them, and so on and so forth until we have money coming in, and then I can flow money to everybody. But we need a Discord for sure for the Relief Foundation and Rama State Productions. So that'd be great.
All right. Give me a little bit of time and I'll reach out.
Did you see? Have you seen my drop yet?
No, I no. I'm still new to all this. So much stuff is going on.
Hang on. So can you see my screen now?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to show you my drop here. My drop is right here, and it's right here. Let's see here. Right here. Here it is. Here's my drop. So this has not been dropped yet. No one's seen this in the NFT world, but I own the non-fungible weed token, and I made that in Photoshop. And then these are my drops. These
You
are.
just need someone to set up the Discord room and stuff like that.
Yeah, I need a Discord. I need a team. And then we'll drop these, and each one of these will be, 1 ETH, half a ETH, and we'll wait for the Bitcoin market to bounce back. But these are all my photographs from my project. Aren't they awesome?
Yeah.
Those are all my photographs from this year. I spent all winter.
Amazing. How should I get these people contact? I do want them to get to you, but I want to make sure I get the right people. Should I send an email you or anything like that? I don't want to mail it.
Yeah. Email's fine. Do you have my? Here? Let me give it to you in the chat here. Where's our chat? There it is. And so I'm going to give you my email in the chat here, which is boom. Hang on. Okay, there it is. That's my email. And I'll give you my phone number too. And you can take those too, Brooke. I've got my phone number and my email, and I can do media for you at any of your shows. If you need media in Colorado, that's a little early or soon, but it's only a plane ride. I'm not going to the Oregon Fair until the 6th. So let me know. I'm a pro. I have a microphone. We can put a flag on with the name of your company and your expo, and then interview people. But just let me know. I'm ready to go within 24, 48 hours.
Yeah, if you want to fly out, that's totally up to you. It's at the Curtis Hotel in Denver.
Uh-huh.
And we will put a booth space together for you. If you'd like to join us, I can send you, on email, I'll send you the site map, and I can send you a space if you want to join us next week, you are more than welcome to come join us.
Why don't you let's do back channel work and talk later off air. And everybody, it's been a great show, and I'm glad to connect with everybody. And you know, I know nothing except for hemp hemp hooray, everybody, and my little whistle is that we're gonna sign out now, everybody. It's been a great show. Thank you, everybody, from here to Portugal. Thank you. Hemp hemp hooray.
Record.
What an epic fucking show. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much, StreamYard. We're so blessed to have you. And we're going to end our broadcast now. So we're going to go there and we're going to say, hemp hemp hooray, everybody. Thank you for joining us today on POD TV. Jeff Eichen out.